Hi there, good morning, and welcome to another curve flattening concert. I'm Raleigh Brown, your host and performer, and I'm on the Halo cam this morning for the moment because on my regular cam there's a rare occurrence wherein Charlie the dog is actually facing not butt into the camera, but kind of top of his head into the camera. So we're going to show you that. Is this rare moment in time. There, oh, now he turned away now. He was laying on his side before. Well, Charlie, my boy. Hey, buddy. No, he's not interested. So we will come back on to in line here. I'm going to turn this and bring this up to about there. And good guess. Just about perfect. So I welcome you aboard. Thanks for joining me today. Here's the cloinkophonic mug. I cloink to you all in good fellowship. That's good coffee. So let me say a couple hellos here quickly, and then we'll get rolling because there's lots of tunes to play. So Keith Shaw, as Jerry Fan Forever, is on YouTube today, having various computer issues. Slim Edelman is here, Ken Nashif, Rhonda Scott Merrick, and Linda Pasqua Blaze, and Brian Kuiper, Debbie Moore, Charlie Bryant, the Clown Prince of Raleigh World, Carol Pratt, and Donna Greenberg, and Mike Verbeek, and Judy Wong, and Lori Payne, Warren and Janelle. Ann Mintz is here, and her signature song will be played second today. Deb Leby Clark is here, and Terry St. James, Kate Mack, great crowd, Charlotte Cantrell. And Charlotte, I wanted to tell you, I love the Moppers Blues, but I haven't found a way to sing it that I like yet, so pardon me, I can't perform it yet. David Arthur Radcliffe, Kate Petrella down there in Southwest Florida, and Kathy Marzik and Donna Bergman, and I will get to work here. So a lot of the requests this week were for instrumentals, which is fine by me. A little unusual set, so it's not as lyric heavy, but we'll do what we can here. So this is Hoagie Carmichael's beautiful tune, Stardust. Stardust by Hoagie Carmichael. And we'll have a little more coffee here. Say a couple more hellos. If I can get back here far enough. Kate Petrella, Verbeek, Donna Bergman. Catching up here. Michael Tierson is here. And Michael Anthony Wood in Southwest Oklahoma. John Hubner, Lima, Ohio. Warren says it's snowing in Cleveland. It's still a little bit of snow coming down here, but we only ended up with about an inch or two, and it's slushy. Michael Miller's here from North Carolina, sunny North Carolina. Kathy Croft from up there in Canada, and Debbie Moore in Maine says it's going to snow all day. Jeanette Pasqua over here in my neighborhood. And nice to see you, Jeanette, and Donna Greenberg, and who else am I missing here? Linda Pasqua Blaze, Dwight Shoemate, my next door neighbor, is apparently awake. And he's getting ready to file his retirement papers, bless his heart. May it be a good retirement. And Tom Maynard is here, and Leanie Angles with David. Good to see all you guys here today. And next up, we have my original instrumental, which I dedicated to my good friend Ann Mintz, and it's called Salvo and Ann Mintz. Salvo and Ann Mintz, formerly known as Salvo y Pepe, if you have the Sunday morning CD. Okay, so let me see some more hellos. Charlie Bryant says they had a little mouse fart earthquake here the other day. Whatever. I'm not familiar with that geological term, but I'll take your word for it. And who else am I missing? A bloke from England is here. Welcome aboard, a bloke. And Phil Lascelles also in the UK. Okay, so next up, so this one was a request from Kathy Edelman. It's sometimes known as the St. James Infirmary and sometimes known as the Gambler's Blues. Ken Ulansey is here, and Peter Williamson, a.k.a. Peter Lips, and Deb Huxtable, and that means maybe Chris Reitz, my dear friends, out there in East Lansing, Michigan, and Dave Mason over there in Scotland, Rhonda Scott Merrick, I think I said hello to, and like that. So I haven't played this song in decades, but I just thought it would be a great idea. Went back and listened to Van Ronk's version, which is primo, and downloaded some words. Still remember most of it. Now it was down in old Joe's barroom on the corner of the square. They were serving the drinks as usual, and the usual crowd was there. On my left stood Big Joe McKennedy. You know his eyes, they were bloodshot red. And he turned to the crowd there around him, and these are the very words he said. He said, I went down to that St. James Infirmary. You know, I saw my baby there. She was stretched out on a long white table, so sweet, so cold, so fair. Let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she could search this whole world over, never find another man like me. Now when I die, please bury me in my high-top Stetson hat. Put a $20 gold piece in my watch chain to let God know that I died standing pat. I want 6 crap shooters for pallbearers. Want a chorus girl to sing me a song. Put a jazz band on my hearse wagon to raise hell as I go rolling along. You can roll out your rubber-tired carriage. Roll out your rubber-tired hat. You know there's 12 men going to the graveyard and 11 men coming back. And now that I've told my story, I'll take another shot of booze. And if anyone happens to ask you, I got those St. James Infirmary blues. Let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she may search this whole world over, never find another man like me. The Gambler's Blues, or the St. James Infirmary. Jay Peterson says that Dave Van Ronk's imprint is on this one. That is definitely true. I mean, Dave Van Ronk had a big influence on me, and along with dozens and dozens of other guitarists. I was thinking today that I should I'm going to try and put together a family tree, but I don't know if I have a sheet of paper big enough to do it on, of all my influences, and there's just so many. And I talked to people like, I had a little interchange with Lenny Breaux's daughter, and part of me wanted to say he was the most influential guitarist in my life. And I said, no, that's not true. He's one of the greatest guitarists in history, and nobody will ever be like him again, but he's not the most influential. So there's just so many, and Van Ronk is certainly among them, especially in my early years. So announcements. So hello to the Invisibles. That's Kit Serikaku, Judith Fox, Joel Biget, Mario Prue, George Young, sometimes Ron Baker and Aretta Walk, and anyone else who I don't get to say hi to here. I will, say hi to Amy Farabee, who I see is here. And let me see if I'm missing. I said hi to Jay Peterson kind of backhandedly. He has a request coming up here. And I think I said hi to everybody I could. Kathy Edelman is here. Edelman. And thanks, Kathy. It was a good request. I like that. So, so the big news around here is that I finally last night tried to do a full-scale fire with Charlie the dog. You know that he's been very aversive to the wood stove. And I've been lighting tiny little 10-minute fires and plying him with roast chicken for about 6 weeks now. So last night I did that, and then I let the fire grow, and I put more logs on it, and it became the kind of a roaring blaze I love in my wood stove. And what, in past years, Charlie might attack the wood stove. He'd bark and lunge at it. He wouldn't touch it, but I was afraid he was going to touch it and get burnt. And last night, I started a real fire, and Charlie looked uncomfortable with it, and then he removed himself from the situation. He just went into the bedroom and laid down in there. And so I went in there with him, and I took a folding chair and sat in there and played guitar while he laid there just chilling out. And then after the fire went down to embers, so it was still keeping the room warm, then we came back out and he was fine. So I'm hoping that that's a new phase for Charlie. We'll see. I I don't have too much else to say. I'm scheduled to do a concert in Percy, which is right next door to Sellersville here, at the Percy Patchworks Coffee House at the Percy Mennonite Church on February 17th. So if you're anywhere in the Philly area and want to come out to a live concert, I'm going to start putting together a set list for that and learning all the tunes again so that I don't need to use cheat sheets to get through them. And I hate seeing people do that on stage, even though I understand it because we're all getting old and losing our memories. But so it goes. So on the schedule, I'm on today, Monday. I'm not sure who's on. I know somebody will post somebody, but I don't think any of my personal friends are on. Tuesday, Cozy and Charlie are teaching at a workshop, I think on Cape Cod, with David Roth. And so they will not be doing their show. And then Wednesday, I'll be back at 3 p.m. with a regular four-tune show. Okay, so that's the announcements. There is a PayPal link, as always, here if you'd like to help us keep the lights on here in Raleigh World. And since Charlie is, we're still being very careful with the wood stove, the electric bills are pretty high here. We have electric heating. So here we go. The next one up, written by William Bolcom, who's a modern composer and piano player, and it is The Graceful Ghost. It's a modern piano rag and a really beautiful one. And my punster friend Ken Ulancy says, could the stove remind Charlie of an old flame? Okay, I'm not gonna groan on the air, but there you go. So here it is. I know Bunny Barnes loves this one, and her husband Stephen really likes it. And Bill Rubenstein, it was right here, right now, who requested it. So here we go. The Graceful Ghost by William Balcom. Great, beautiful song. And let me see if I'm missing anybody here. Karen Beatty, my dear friend Karen, who was Janice's best friend. Tom Albright is here. And my old eyes, P. Driehaus. Is that Paul Driehaus? Oh, yeah, I remember him. He was a student of mine many years ago. Okay. Keeping up here. Thanks, Michael Tierson, says he's been enjoying today's show a lot. Jackie Damsky is here, my buddy from up in Massachusetts. Bernd Bookman. I think I saw him earlier on YouTube back here, and I didn't get a chance to say hi. And I'm not going to waste time. Yes, streaming is today better on YouTube, but he can also comment on Facebook. And Jambone Jim is here. Good to see all you guys. So next up, this was Jay Peterson's request, and somebody else requested something by Duke Ellington, and this fulfills both of those. It's called In a Sentimental Mood. Let me get comfortable here. That should go there. In a Sentimental Mood by Duke Ellington. Dave Van Allen is here. Hey, buddy. And Kathy Marzik says, music to knit by. Can I use that in my promo material? And let me see what else I'm missing here. David Klein, the Mac Pack is represented. Any songs about a motorcycle? You know, I don't. My favorite motorcycle song is, of course, Vincent Black Lightning by Richard Thompson. And our friend Duck Dude in the Mac Pack has a Vincent. I think it's a Black Shadow. I'm not sure which model it is. I have a picture of me with it somewhere. And the Mac Pack is a bunch of BMW motorcycle riders who are old friends. And I gave up the motorcycle. It just was, I was getting too old to enjoy it. So I decided to put it down, and I still miss it. Some days I still think I should buy like an old R75 that's still working. My buddy Mark Cosgrove has an R80 that he still rides around on. Anyhow, I digress. So I have one more song for you today, and this is for the dog lovers in the audience. This is for Charlie and about Charlie. And I thank you for joining me. And Charlie Bryan says, Arlo's a motorcycle song, so I don't want to pickle, I just want to ride my motorcycle. It's a little too lightweight for me, I think. Sorry. From a dog stance, the world's a bowl of food, and no dog is in need. From a dog stance, no dog is ever rude, just one hungry mouth to feed. From a dog stance, there is harmony, and it rests upon your plate. It's the drool of hope, it's the look of guilt. That's the stance of every dog. I forgot to mention, Jay Manketo wrote these lyrics. Good buddy of mine from Western Mass. From a dog stance, we all have enough, so why not give dogs more? From a dog stance, dogs can't comprehend what all these cats are for. From a dog stance, we are waitresses marching to the kitchen now, bringing bowls of food, make that people food. That's the stance of every dog. Dogs are watching us, dogs are watching us, dogs are watching us from a dog stance. Dogs are watching us, dogs are watching us, dogs are watching us from a dog stance. From a dog stance, the world's a bowl of food, and no dog is in need. From a dog stance, no dog is ever rude, just one hungry mouth to feed. From a dog stance, there is harmony, and it rests rests upon your plate. It's the drool of hope, it's the look of guilt. That's the stance of every dog. It's the drool of hope, it's the look of guilt. That's the stance of every dog. From A Dog Stance by J. Mankita. I screwed up that last verse. It should go, from a dog stance, the world's a bowl of food, and no dog is in need. There are no cats, no postmen, baths, or fleas, just one hungry mouth to feed. But that's the only thing that's different. But I didn't want to leave it out completely. Anyhow, thank you for joining me again. I hope to see you on Wednesday. Mask up. 2 million COVID cases a day right now in the United States. And I'm sure that you all know all people who have COVID right now, and even people who you felt were being careful. So be as careful as you can. I'm still a novid, but I'm just counting my blessings, and I don't think that's going to last forever. So be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. If you get cranky, take a nap. I see David Irwin just checked in there. Take care. Have a good week. I'll see you guys on Wednesday if you're around, and wish you much love. Bye-bye.